Stepped on the scene, dripped in saline. Whole crew shining, call me Mr. Clean. Came in from the back, walked right to the front. Dancing to the music, smoking on the. Got the women smiling, punk grilling me, looking all dusty. Black Force energy, I don't even drink, but the team pop bottles. Not here for the beef, but the Glock holds hollows. Think I'm cocky, but I think I'm worse. In this flexing like a Mr. Universe.
You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. I am Caden, and I'm here with my co-host. If I'm lacking today, because I'm lacking, it's because I stayed up till 2:30 a.m. to watch the Colorado Buffaloes beat Colorado State. Salute to Coach Prime and Shador. I'm here with my co-host.
What's going on, everybody? It's the commissioner, Trill Dollar Bill.
What's good? This is G. And it's the TBE. What up, world? Y'all miss me? I'm back, baby.
As you can see, we are back in full force. Not to be confused with the R&B group with all the muscles and the soft voices. All right. The first topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros. Crawford says the Spence rematch will have to take place at 147. All right, so we're going to take a look at what Michael Benson reported in some tweets. So again, these are sources reporting this, but sometimes the sources are accurate. Here's Michael Benson said, Terrence Crawford's training partner, Steven Nelson, has suggested that Crawford is insisting the Errol Spence rematch happens at welterweight, 147 pounds, or not at all. Contract allows first fight loser to activate rematch clause, but winner gets to decide second fight weight. So here's what Steven Nelson tweeted. Facts, to all the people out here spreading false narratives, Bud is offering Earl a fight at 147. If he doesn't take it, which we're hoping he doesn't because it's a waste of time, Bud wants to do something that's never been done and move up 3 weight classes to beat Canelo. And this is according to Boxing. Crawford doesn't owe Spence a rematch at 154. So I'm going to turn it over to Conspiracy G. What's your reaction to the sources reporting that the rematch is now going to have to take place at 147 or not at all?
I mean, I just find it kind of strange because I remember both gentlemen saying that they wanted to do it at 154. So I don't know why now it went from 154 to now he just wants to do it at 147. You know, like, I don't know. I don't want to say like TC wants to remove any advantages that Spence could have at a heavier weight, but I don't know, man. The fight was so one-sided at 147. It's like, I don't know, man. Make it entertaining, you know, at 154, because then that's possibly a better sell at 154, because people will be like, hey, Spence will be more hydrated, you know, he'll have more energy, this, that, and the third. So then it'd be like more people enticed to actually purchase the fight. But if it's going to be another rematch at 147, man, I agree. It's going to be a waste of time. Like, people are going to be like, oh, it's going to be just the same old like the first fight, you know? So I was hoping at 154 because then Spence might have a better chance at performing better.
All right, Dollar Bill.
Man, listen, Crawford, I'm with you, G. I thought they both agreed at 154 because there was no excuses. Earl had the excuses. Everybody had the excuses for Earl. That even I said that didn't look like Earl at that 147. So with the 154 was supposed to get rid of all the doubts. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, people were saying like that, you know, that was going to happen. That was going to be the next move. And now Crawford's saying he's not going to do it unless it's at 147 because he knows that Spence can't make that weight no more. And he's probably looking to go up to 168 to fight Canelo, which is kind of weird to me. Like, why not go to 154 first? Because then it'll be a shorter thing for you to get to 168, you know? But, you know, he guess he maybe he feels a certain way. Maybe he feels like, you know, Earl be different at 154, and that might halt his plans of getting a huge payday with Canelo. I don't know. I was looking forward to seeing this fight at 154 because I was like, my head, I'm like, there's no way Gamboa hits harder than Earl Spence. That's what I keep saying in my head. But if not, maybe he'll give Gamboa a rematch because that was the only one to see him to rock him. So I don't know.
We kind of add though. I forgot to even talk about the Canelo thing. I am excited for TC versus Canelo. So if they can actually pull that off, I mean, that's a huge fight. Let's just be real. That's a humongous fight for both gentlemen. So I think even Canelo will entertain this fight if he could move up to 160 or they're gonna do that 168.
Do that
168. He could do 168, but hey, for that bag,
Canelo's not moving down. He already said it.
They'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Canelo's not moving down.
Well, then, hey, 168 it is, man. But that I think, hey, that would be a good thing. And not to mention TC talking about, he only has a couple more years anyways. So he's probably trying to cash out. You know what I mean? So he has options, man. But that's a great option. That's like winning the lottery, man, getting that Canelo fight. So I'm not mad at TC for trying to get that situated. And if Spence is like, hey, he just can't do 147, I don't think people gonna there's no shame in Spence not doing the rematch. No one's gonna disrespect Spence's career, and everything that he's accomplished if in fact he doesn't have his rematch at 147. People be like,
I mean, they already disrespected him.
Who disrespected Spence?
Is certain
everybody. You ever seen my comment section?
I mean, nah, man. I don't.
Well, there's a certain group of people, mainly people who are riding with TC from the jump. Now, instead of saying props to him for making the fight, props to him for intervening and giving us the fight.
He was never good.
Yeah, he's a bum. He was never good. Always knew he was
He was never good. He was always flat-footed. Always had one dimension. He was always everybody he beat was horrible.
Yeah, and they always knew that Crawford
the meme
was going to beat him
could
that
beat
way.
everybody on the PBC roster.
Where's the meme machine now, though?
Gamboa, the hardest puncher that ever was on PBC.
Yeah, Earl Spence was the easiest fight he ever had, which he made him look that way, but we all know that.
Gamboa beat Earl Spence. Stop him.
TVE.
Crawford's fighting Spence at 147. Run it back. I always say, run it back. And I don't got doubt in Spence. I feel it's a schoolyard fight. You call it the bully. You try to take on the bully. The bully gets you the first time, and you gotta tweak your tools. Get back in the gym or understand. And when you get back in the rematch, you gotta actually prove yourself. Because, like Joe said, I'm not making excuses for Spence. He said it is what it is. It happened. He just didn't look like himself that night. That walk in the ring, he didn't look like he was there to be in a fight. It's the biggest fight of your career, and it gave me AJ when AJ versus Ruiz when AJ came to the States. It just looked like they looked like they wasn't mentally there to be there. They weren't ready to fight somebody. But 147 running back, that's the only way. That's the only way it's gonna count. That's how you're gonna get your belts back. That's how you're gonna prove everybody wrong. All the haters, you beat them in 154. It's like you didn't beat them in 157, 147. But I want this rematch. I'm not mad at it. Some people say they don't want to see it because the first fight was a wash. Second fight might be really different. Maybe his mind comes back. Mind, body, and soul are connected this time, and they could actually do something. But for TC jumped into 168, that's 21 pounds, bro. I don't know how fast you can adjust with putting all that weight on. But Canelo been doing this for a minute. Canelo could fight at 300 pounds if he want to, because that's Canelo, yo. But TC, and I usually the haters gonna hate on me when I'm talking TC can't, But it's your endurance, something's gonna suffer. Your endurance is gonna suffer. Your stamina might suffer. Even your speed, all of that might suffer because you gain all this weight to go get a payday. And and let's call out the facts. Canelo's younger. Canelo's a better fighter. and TC. We said that about Spence, but yeah, it is what it is. But TC, go get your money, man. I'm done.
I think you pointed out one amazing. Go ahead, G.
I was gonna say, Ned, the one thing that I got from what you were just saying was this TC saying he wants the rematch at 147 is because he doesn't really want the fight at all. He's saying 147 because he's hoping that Spence will be like, I can't do 147. So that way they just cancel the fight just for the Canelo. So I'm just saying, I kind of see what Ned's saying, even though Ned didn't necessarily say it, but that's how I got from what you were saying. So thank you, Ned.
Well, that's what Steven Nelson said in the tweet. It's literally what he said in the tweet. He said, we're hoping that he doesn't take the rematch so we can do something that's never been done, which is move up 3 weight classes and win the title. So that's what he said in the tweet. Look, I am okay with this because to the victor goes the spoils, right? So I am okay with this, and I've already stated it. When you win, you call the shots. That's the way this game works. If it's in the contract that the loser can activate the rematch clause, but the winner can select the weight, TC won, he can select the weight. There's nothing wrong with that. There's also nothing wrong with being strategic. If TC feels like the public doesn't want to see a rematch based on how dominant he was in the first fight, so it's not a lucrative option, and he's not going to make that much money in a rematch as they originally anticipated had it been competitive, then he's willing to take the risk to move up 3 weight classes to fight Canelo. That's what's up. I actually respect that. But here's what I would say to TC. Welcome to business. Welcome to business. Now that you sit in the seat, and now you sit in the seat with all the leverage, you're making moves that are most advantageous for you, right? So now, instead of going along with your handshake deal that you had with Earl Spence at the end of the fight immediately, where you said, yeah, we can do it at 154. He said, yeah, we'll do it at 154. And then you even went on an interview on Hot 97 and said, yeah, we can do it at 154. Now you're backtracking. Is it because you don't really want to fight Spence at 154? No. You're hoping he avoids the fight so you can do something else. It's strategic, right? Are you ducking? No. Are you afraid? No. Now that you have the leverage, you are exercising your options from the leverage seat. But it's okay when you do it. I'm not mad. But when other people do it, you take it personal. And that's where I view TC as a hypocrite. And we'll get into it in the next segment. But I have no problem with TC exercising his leverage. He's earned it. He waited 5 years for it. He's got it. And now he's calling the shots. And when you call the shots, you do what's in the best interest of you and your bottom line. I have no problem with Canelo doing it. I have no problem with TC doing it. I had no problem with Spence doing it when he was the man in the welterweight division. But the difference is people got to keep the same energy, and you just got to point stuff out. Because the reality is he's admitting he wants to avoid a second fight with Spence. He's openly admitting it. And this is from sources, so this hasn't come from TC's mouth. But if these sources are true, he's openly making a decision to avoid a fight with Spence, the second fight with Spence. Is that a duck? If Spence was the one doing this to Crawford, would you have called it a duck? Or is it okay to be a business-minded and to be a businessman now that TC has the leverage? You let me know in the comment section.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. You know, you're rocking with the Boxing Bros, and we just getting started.
I feel it in my soul. Can you feel me?
Came so cold. In my cell, all them loony nights. Stay